start preparing some food this way too. If you are watching this later on YouTube, and if you only want to watch the second half, if you think, oh, what was that she made in the second half, that's the only part I want to watch, you will know, because as soon as the apron goes on, it is the second half of the chat. Okay, if you are just joining us, I'm Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and tonight's chat is chat number 313, and we've been talking about more exciting ways to eat meals at home, or how to make your meals at home a little bit more exciting. So one of the things that we're going to do to make our meals from home more exciting is I'm going to show you some things to do with Easter eggs. If you have Easter eggs left over, or this can be used anytime, doesn't have to be Easter, but because we have colorfully colored Easter eggs, that's what we're going to use. Talk about exciting. John got a test of the third one that we're going to make. He got a test of that. Oh yeah, Trish just added Gwen's Zoom meeting to her calendar, so I'll see you Thursday, Trish. Oh, John got a sampling of the third one that I'm going to show you, and he is so excited that we are going to be making a couple more that, yeah, he's already looking forward to that. So he is already super duper looking forward to it. So we had a ton of fun making these cool and colorful eggs for our Easter celebration, and here are 9 that I have left. So we had super cool and fun Easter festivities this year, but Nona is smart enough to keep out, oh, and Sandra, thank you. I'll show you my earrings in just a second. But I am smart enough to keep 12, which you've already eaten 3 of them, out from the hiding, so that we would have, and Catherine, I can't give out the Zoom number. You actually have to be a, I'm not allowed to give out the Zoom. So Catherine just asked what the Zoom number is for Gwen's meeting. And I'm not allowed to give it out because you actually have to be a, oh gosh, whatever that level member is. And I'll try to remember what it is. But on with Weight Watchers, you have to have digital tools, and you have to be that level on your digital tools to be able to access it. So you can just go to Connect. And then when you go to Connect, if you look up the West Knoxville group, and then you join the West Knoxville group, and it'll give you her Zoom number for Thursdays, for her Thursday chat. Okay, so we made, so the price of egg, like the chicken situation must be getting much better, because I paid $1.99, but Catherine, if you're that level, we would love to see you on Thursday. I paid $1.99 for 2 dozen, I paid $1.99 each for 1 dozen. Let's just dime and hide them and don't worry about it. Like Bo was picking it up and going, so yeah, so she was crushing them. And then I think I only paid $4.99 for for these Eggland's Best, fresh from the chicken tushy, cage free, blah blah blah, you know, whatever eggs. So anyway, so I held out 12, so I kept 12 good eggs for us to be able to use and eat, and then the others, the cheap eggs, those were the ones that we dyed, hid, and didn't worry about if we didn't find them all. Okay, so I was smart enough to do that. So some simple egg dyeing tips, just in case you don't have those, or just some simple egg making tips. First one is hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer, in my opinion, are the way to go. So if you haven't seen me make hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer, oh, and I said I would show my earrings to somebody. These are from a local maker here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and she actually paints them using fingernail polish, if you can believe that or not. Okay, so first thing is hard-boiled eggs in the air fryer. Absolutely, in my opinion, that is the way to go, okay? So if y'all have been around for any length of time, you know that I cannot, I can't hard-boil an egg. I can peel a hard-boiled egg that somebody else made. Can't hard-boil one to save my life. The only time I have successfully hard-boiled an egg was with Popcorn Karen at her house when we were trying out her, or prior to this was with Popcorn Karen at her house when we were trying out her Instant Pot that had never been out of the box before. And we did successfully hard-boil eggs, but my gosh, it took forever, because you have to let it come up to pressure, do its thing, go down, whatever. It took forever. So if you haven't seen me hard boil eggs in the air fryer, I'm not going to do it tonight, but you can watch my easy to follow and even easier to do video on YouTube. It's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, and once you get there, look for the air fryer egg recipe video. And So it's also on www.ifyouhaveanegg.com, and you can just click on that little search bar, or if you're on your phone, you just click down the little the little drop down list, and it'll bring up a search bar, and you can type in hard-boiled eggs, and it'll take you straight to the video. Lily, that works for me, is 16. She's only been 16 a few months, but anyway, she's 16. She got a 90-second training on how to make the eggs in the air fryer. Her mom has an air fryer at home, and she loves it, so she's super excited to see how to do this. I gave her 90 seconds. I showed her. I just went, look, Lily, you do this, 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 beep, 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 turn this, you know, whatever. And so we did that Saturday morning while we were at work. So she had 2 air fryers going at KC Kitchen Center. She had both of the air fryers going while we were working, while we were doing paperwork, while we were answering phone calls. She had both of the air fryers going. And 36 eggs later, they were all perfectly hard-boiled like she's a pro, okay? She got a 90-second tutorial. So the basics of that is the eggs need to be room temperature. Doesn't matter what color or age they are. Doesn't matter. And you're not adding any weird things to the water, salt or oil or, you know, whatever. It's just eggs, okay? 4 at a time in the air fryer basket works best for me. And that seems like not very many, but they take so little. They take so little time to cook that we cooked 36 just in the length of time that we were at work. And Sylvia says she just told her kids today how to do them in the air fryer. Boom, yeah. And then you cook them on 260 degrees for 16 minutes, and then immediately into an ice bath for at least 5 minutes. Perfect every time. Okay, color and immediately re-refrigerate the eggs. So because you have to have these at room temperature, as soon as you have hard boiled them, and then as soon as you colored them, then you got to get them back in the refrigerator. If you plan on eating them later. Not so much of a hurry if you're just going to hide them. And this is for non-Easter time too. So if you're just going to make these to eat, same rules apply here. Eggs left out for more than 2 hours should be used for hunting, not eating, okay? The last thing is make some cool deviled egg combinations. I'm going to show you how to make 3 here in just a few minutes. Instead of your grandma's plain old mayo and mustard deviled eggs. Nothing wrong with grandma's recipe. I love those too, and I'll eat those all day long too. But you can make these fun and, you know, and amazing versions too. Okay, first thing we're going to do, I'm going to show you how easily an air fryer hard-boiled egg peels. Oh, where's my little bowl? Here it is. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to quickly peel some hard-boiled eggs. And again, these were all done in the air fryer. Lily, again, had a 90-second tutorial, and she nailed this. I mean, look how easy this peel is coming off, okay? Super, super stinking easy. Like, I would have never been able to do this boiling these eggs. These eggs would have absolutely fallen apart. Would have fallen apart. So, and look how pretty the eggs are. I hate to bust them up. I hate to bust up the shells on them, but alas, we need to make some hard-boiled eggs, so we're going to do it. But yeah, so even with just a 90-second tutorial, Lily was able to do this. I had never successfully done hard-boiled eggs, and everybody had told me all the secrets, you know, oh, you have to put salt in your water, and you have to do this, and you've got to, and the eggs have to be more than a week old, but they can't be more than a week old, and they can't be farm fresh, and they have to be farm fresh, and they have to be white, they can be brown, they can be cage-free, la 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 la. I mean, just on and on and on and on and on. Never could do it. Okay, let's try to quickly get these peeled. Okay, there's 2 down. How do you all like to make while you're waiting on me to peel some eggs, how do you all like to make your hard-boiled eggs? Did anybody color any eggs this Easter? So I want to hear how you hard-boil them, and if you did any eggs for Easter. These were so pretty. Alyssa helped me color these. We actually gave Bo, she had her own little cup like Alyssa and I did for putting the colors in. But we gave her clear water. We did give her one of the egg dipping things. And then, yeah, see you Instant Pot girls. Look at this pretty purple one. But we gave her clear water, one of the egg scooping things, and a plastic egg. So she thought she was coloring eggs. Nobody tell her that she was not. Okay, so Instant Pot. Debbie and Phyllis are Instant Pot girls. Ooh, Annette has a Weight Watchers egg cooker. Okay, Annette, how does the Weight Watchers egg cooker work? I have not used that. Explain. Explain, is that electric? Yep, and Joycelyn says, boiling water for 12 minutes. Didn't work for me. 12 minutes, 13 minutes, 20 minutes, forever. Let them cool on their own. Yeah, none of that works for me. And it's just me. Pretty blue one. Let's see. Carol Lou has an egg cooker that she uses. Hard boil a dozen every weekend for the week. Oh, that was another thing that I was going to say is if you make some extra ones, and then put them up, you can keep them for a week unpeeled. So just like these, if they were once you hard boil them, you can keep them in the refrigerator for up to a week to use. Once they're peeled, you need to use them in a couple of days. So Carol Lou uses an egg cooker, and she hard boils a dozen every weekend for the week. Debbie says made homemade, where'd it go? Homemade mayonnaise and turmeric into stuffed eggs and egg salad. Ooh, that's very good. I know, Joyce, hey, no, I'm serious. My sister boils them. My sister boils them. My mother boiled them. Everybody in my family boiled eggs. I'm literally the only person in my family who can't hard boil an egg. And let's see, Annette says poke holes in the top of the eggs and add a little water to the machine. Oh, takes no time. Ooh, there's a green one. So it takes no time. Ooh, that's awesome. So is it electric? Is it electric, or because you're calling it a machine, so is it something that you plug in? And I'm gonna have to hurry and peel, or we're gonna run out of time. Wait, while I'm doing this, did you all see the thing that I shared from Weight Watchers where they put some eggs in a, and Wanda says 12 minutes and then into cool water with lots of ice to cool them off. Did you all see the thing I shared from Weight Watchers where they put some eggs in a pan? Okay, and Annette says yes, it's electric. Where they put some eggs in a pan, didn't stir them up or anything, and then they let them cook. Excuse me, and it was basically to the consistency of a hard-boiled egg. But they, that one's pretty. But it was basically to the consistency, it was the consistency of a hard-boiled egg. And then they chopped them up and they used that to make egg salad and things like that. And I was like, that's genius, because it was a no-peel hard-boiled egg. And I thought that was just sheer genius. Okay. Oop, I was going too fast and I almost peeled off the outside of that one. Okay, this one may have to be a janky hard-boiled egg because I was going too fast. I got too excited. And almost ripped the egg in half. Okay, so we've only got one more to peel. Quickly. Let's go. Because I want to show y'all how to make these. So easy. And the fact that this is going to be easy, that is what's going to make this so exciting. Let's see. Okay, Karen needs a little help. She's got all the equipment, computer, all the books. Loves this idea, but she can't afford Weight Watchers. So Karen, you need to go join our group. It was in a little baking dish. It wasn't a sheet pan, Debbie. It was a like a little baking dish, and they baked it. I shared it earlier over on Facebook, but it was on the Weight Watchers official Instagram post. But Karen, if you want to go over and join our group, we've got lots of helpful people over there. And we've got people that are not doing Weight Watchers. We've got people that are doing other things. We've got people that just need some support. Okay, and Sylvia, the no-peel hard-boiled egg thing, that was if you're just going to be chopping them up anyway. Obviously, it's not going to make, like this shape. If you're just going to be chopping them up anyway for egg salad or, to go on top of something else, that's what it was for. I thought that was a pretty good idea for making egg salad. Okay, so here are my pretty shells. Let's put these over here. Okay, the first one is palmetto cheese eggs. So these are palmetto cheese deviled eggs. So all three of these, you notice I've only left us 15 minutes because these are going to be so stinking easy, and John is so excited about these. So these are, and Debbie, thank you for sharing the information for the group. So this is palmetto cheese. This is going to be the highest point value of the three. So this is palmetto cheese. This is palmetto cheese with jalapenos. This is made in South Carolina. I'm not from South Carolina, but I love the people in South Carolina for their palmetto cheese. Again, this is going to be the highest in points. So you're just going to take 3 eggs and cut them in half. And you're going to put, and see how perfect these are out of the air fryer, and then you're just going to put the little yolks in here. You can put the eggs back over here in your little dish. And you know, really chopping them up like this, that would also, if you were going to chop them up, that would be really good in that too. And Lynn has never had palmetto cheese. I think it's just a cutesy brand name. But it's so creamy that, I don't know, John and I prefer it over regular pimento cheese. Yep, no, I got excited on this one too. Okay, we'll have to hold on to that one. I got too excited on that one too, and I busted the little side of it. But so you're gonna cut up 3 eggs, and you're gonna put them in their little, put the yolks in. So each one of these is gonna be 3 eggs. And then after you get your 3 egg yolks in there, yay, Catherine just joined the group. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So after you get your egg yolks in there, then, here, let me go ahead and grab this one. Oh my goodness. And Bo saw an egg yolk for the first time today and was flipping out. She was absolutely flipping out. And then she dropped it and Dusty ate it, and he was tickled to death to get it. Okay, so you're gonna get your egg yolks in there with the palmetto cheese. And this palmetto cheese does have jalapenos in it. Have you ever had pimento cheese? Pimento cheese, so palmetto cheese, you could use pimento cheese, you could use hummus if you wanted to. These are just 3 of our favorite ways to make, well, it's actually 2 of our favorite ways to make easy deviled eggs that are a little bit different. But we have a 3rd one that's it's going to be a new favorite. John is so excited about this. Now, if you want to get super fancy, you could fill these, you could use a, if you wanted to get super fancy, you could use a, like a cookie decorating bag. But for the sake of time, I am just going to fill these real quick. Or I'll just fill 2 of them. Okay, and then I'll let y'all see what they taste like. Okay, so here's one of them. So this one is a pimento cheese, palmetto cheese. These are really good if you like bacon. These are really good if you want to add, you know, a little bit of bacon to it. So this is the palmetto cheese, and I will try it for you, because you know I'm going to take one for the team and try these. So that is a palmetto cheese egg. Oh, Debbie says palmetto cheese is not as chunky as pimento cheese. Good to know. See, I love pimento cheese. I love palmetto cheese anyway. Love it, love it, love it. And good to know about the palmetto cheese. Okay, so that's one of our favorites, and that recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So if you go to www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look up deviled eggs, you're going to see, I think I've got 5 or 6 different deviled egg recipes on there, and that palmetto cheese one is on there. You can substitute pimento cheese if you don't have access to palmetto cheese. Totally fine. Totally acceptable. Okay, the next one is one of my favorite Trader Joe's products. So this is the artichoke and jalapeno dip from Trader Joe's, and this is 2 points for 2 tablespoons. The palmetto cheese is a lot for a little bit of tablespoons. You'll just have to go see what the points value is over on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But this is the chunky artichoke and jalapeno dip from Trader Joe's. We eat this on everything. We eat this on sandwiches. We make melted cheese dipping breads with this. This stuff is so good. I try not to buy it a whole lot. I only buy it like 4 or 5 times a year because we will sit and go through this entire container. I don't know if you can see this or not, there is just a tiny bit left in this container, but it's two tablespoons is 2 smart points. And so for this recipe, and this is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, for this recipe, you're going to do, again, 3 eggs. So it's going to be 6 servings, and I'm calling a half of an egg a serving. You can definitely eat more than a half of an egg. But if you eat a half of an egg, so with this recipe, if you eat a half of an egg, it's still 0 points. How awesome is that? Okay, so you're going to do 3 eggs again. A half an egg is 0 points. Okay, I've got one more little egg over here. Ooh, this still kept some of its shell. And see how easy the yolks pop out? I mean, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I mean, look at, literally, it just slides out when you cook them in the air fryer. Okay? And these have such strong, yeah, palmetto cheese is 6 points for 2 tablespoons. But we love it. We love it. But when you're using it like this, you know, you're just doing a little bit. I think it's 1 point per half if you're using the palmetto cheese. But this one is the jalapeno and artichoke, and again, for half of an egg, we're calling that a serving. It's going to be 0 points for a half, and then I think it's 1 for 2 halves, which is actually a whole egg plus a third, plus 1 tablespoon of the artichoke and jalapeno dip. And again, if you wanted to make this prettier, you could do, you know, you could use like a piping, like a cookie piping bag, or not a piping, yeah, I guess it would be a piping bag. You could do that. This recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and if you just look up, if you go to www.ifyouhaveanegg.com and just type in deviled eggs in the search bar, you're going to find all of these. Okay, let me make a couple of these, and I'll show you how good they are. Okay, so this is the spicy jalapeno, jalapeno and artichoke, or artichoke and jalapeno dip, again from Trader Joe's. Okay, I will fix the rest of those here in just a few minutes. Let's put these over here for the sake of time. And John's gonna be so, oh yeah, guacamole deviled eggs are fantastic. Carol Lou just said she likes guacamole deviled eggs. Love those too, big fan. We also like, I've got a bacon, lettuce, and tomato one that's really good. Okay, so here is a jalapeno and artichoke dip one. I could eat this stuff all day long, Okay, here's one that's already got its stuff in there for John. That one's all ready to go. Okay, and then the last one, and this one is going to be a new favorite. John begged for this, so we had this today at lunch, and then he begged to have this again. This is La Terra Fina. Never had them before. La Terra Fina, tzatziki, and feta. And it is also 2 smart points for a tablespoon. Okay. So we need our 3. It's 2 smart points for 2 tablespoons. Sorry, let me say that correctly. Okay, so let's get 3 more eggs cut up here. Even though I say you can do 4 eggs in the air fryer at a time, I always make my hard-boiled eggs in 3s. I don't know why. I have no idea why. But this will be a new recipe on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and it'll be called You Get It. Oh, thank you, Debbie, for sharing that. So Debbie just shared a link to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and she searched deviled eggs. So it'll pull up all of my deviled egg recipes if you click on the link that Debbie just shared. Thank you very much, Orlando Debbie, for that. And see how easy those yolks just pop out so easy when you air fry them. I mean, look at this. Bloop. That's so easy. Okay, so let's get this one all mushed up. Tzatziki and feta. So good, so delicious. It is, it's tzatziki and feta dip. It's this one. So Cheryl wants to know what this is. This is a new to me brand. It's La Terrafina. And it is tzatziki and feta dip. 2 points for 2 tablespoons. So this has got 3 tablespoons in it. You've got 3 egg yolks in here. So we're gonna make 6. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. I don't know if y'all love the way tzatziki smells as much as I do, but it smells so good. So this one again will be up on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com here in just a couple of days after Jessica gets that added. But this one is so stinking good. Okay. So we'll just make one here because we only have 4 minutes. And I'm going to show y'all how good this is. So here is the tzatziki and feta dip, deviled egg. Oh my goodness. That one is a new favorite. And so Bernice just asked if I got this at Trader Joe's. This I actually bought at Kroger. And Kroger and Meijer are the same thing. So this one was from Kroger. The artichoke and jalapeno dip was from Trader Joe's. And the palmetto cheese here in Tennessee, I get this at, do not get this at Trader Joe's. I get this at Kroger. I can find it at Food City. I can find it at Ingles. Pretty sure Publix has it. So we can find this a lot of different places. Okay, so hopefully that is going to make your eating at home more exciting. I hope that you will try one of these recipes. So easy. They're so easy that I hesitate to call them recipes. So stinking easy. Anybody can make these. Do what Carol Lou does and go ahead and prep you some eggs at the beginning of the week. Remember, if you keep them in the shell, you can go ahead and hard boil them, and you can keep them in the refrigerator for up to a week at a time if they still are in the shell. You need to eat them pretty quickly if you go ahead and take them out of the shell. But think about how easy this would be. If you already had, so if you were like Carol Lou and you had already pre-boiled some eggs at the beginning of the week and you had some of this in your refrigerator and you just said, you know what, I want some tzatziki and feta cheese deviled eggs. Boom, you could have them. You would be ready to go. So again, I hope you all have found something exciting. I hope you'll break out some cool dishes. I hope that you will do your homework because I want to see those cute and awesome dishes, whatever you're going to use. And wait, and Debbie says they are great for summer and no cooking days. Exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah, for days that you do not want to heat up the kitchen. But I hope you all found something that you will try. I hope you will take lots and lots and lots of pictures on fun and cool plates and everything because I want to see them. But you all have a great week. I hope you had a fantastic Easter. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let that next video roll over. It's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Let that next video roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. And go ahead and click that little button and click the bell, click that little bell so that you'll be notified the next time that we have a video post. But y'all have a great week and I will see you next time. Good night. Happy Easter, everybody.